If you are a total beginner in yoga, this tutorial is for you. It's going to teach you proper alignment in standing postures to make sure you have a safe practice. This is also a great video if you are a yoga instructor. And if you already have a yoga practice, it's always a good idea to revisit the basics to make sure you are protecting your joint while doing yoga. I'm Noko Marbo, and I invite you to subscribe to my channel by clicking the bottom right corner of the screen. And if you like what I'm doing, I have a couple links in the description below. One is my latest free masterclass in which I discuss how to heal stress pain naturally. Today we're doing Warrior 1, 2, and 3. Let's begin. We're going to start with Warrior 1. Warrior 1 is a standing posture that will open up your hips, stretch your groin and hip area, and strengthen your ankle. So I invite you to stand at the top of your mat. And what we want to do is keep our shoulders and hips facing straight front. We're going to take a step back, big step back. And while we maintain the front toes pointing straight front, we bend the front knee and we lift the back heel and pivot the foot. So front foot is pointing front, back foot to the front corner of the room, so diagonal. And if I was to draw a line between my front heel and my back foot, my front heel should be aligned with the center of the back foot. The tendency is to open up the hips sideways, so what I want to do is bring my front hip back, so my right hip back and my back hip front. And you might start feeling the stretch right here in your groin area. This is your hips opening up. If it's uncomfortable on your back foot, you can pivot it a bit more, facing slightly further forward or back. One of the major mistakes I see is that we put all the weight on the inside of the back foot, and this is what strains your back knee. Between basically your lower leg and upper leg, okay, you have your joint, and you have ligaments connecting those joints. So if you don't have proper alignment, your ligaments are being stretched apart and they can never come back to their normal posture over time. They can never come back to their normal length. Over time, they are overstretched. This creates instability and pain in the joint, and the only way to fix it is basically surgery. That's why alignment when you exercise is very important. From here, we want to bend the front knee. Remember, the front knee remains stacked over the front foot. Another error that I see often is that the stance is too short. So when we bend the front knee, see how my knee is going past forward, it's no longer over my foot. Okay, if I was to draw a line from my knee to the floor, it would fall right here. That's really unsafe for your knee. Again, you overstretch your ligaments. So find a stance that's wide enough so that when you bend your front knee, it remains stacked over the front foot. And you're going to start feeling more stretch right here. And here we want to, again, pull the front hip back, push the back hip forward, shoulders facing straight front. And we want to lift the belly. Imagine you have a zipper here. Okay, support your spine. We want to avoid overstretching or arching the lower back. Okay, so we press the tailbone towards the floor. The more you bend this front knee, the deeper the stretch. And from here, we can have the arms up, pressing the shoulders down. If you're a bit more flexible in the shoulders, you can interlace your fingers, your hands, and look straight up. This is your Warrior 1. And you'll also feel the stretch in the ankle and strengthening in the ankles and leg. Now, if you have any questions, remember you can always go to the description below and leave a comment. So, we're going to do Warrior 2. So Warrior 2 is also a standing posture that will strengthen your legs, improve your balance, and open up your hips as well. So from Warrior 1, actually, we can step a big step back. And what's going to happen here, your basically front leg, front knee keep facing the small end of your mat. However, we shift this time, so hip bones, shoulders, and back toes face the long edge of the mat. Again, we bend the knee, and same area I see all the time here, we put the weight on the inside of the foot. So here I want to push my knee towards the back. Imagine you have a back wall. Actually, it's a great idea to do it against a wall. We have both hips, shoulders against the wall. And we bend this front knee, and you'll start feeling the front leg working. Okay, so we're strengthening the front leg, stretching the hips. It's also a balancing pose. Open the arms, stretch them wide apart. You don't want to be hanging here. So stretch, reach out, and gaze forward. That's our warrior 2. Belly zipped up. Okay, it also stretches the back. Now from here you'll see a lot of variation. So for today's tutorial, we're going to place the backhand on the hip, elbow on the front knee, and what I see is often is the top shoulder dropping, so we want to open the heart to the sky. So imagine you're doing it against a wall, and you want both shoulders against the wall. Option to extend the arm up, to bend the knee a little bit more. This is your warrior 2. Let's do warrior 3. Warrior 3 is a standing balance that requires a lot of balance. It strengthens your leg, your ankle, but also the low back. At the same time, if you have any low back issue, I'm going to start by showing you a modification. Okay, so let me show you first the warrior 3. If you have any low back issues, you can have your hands against the wall. Okay, so imagine I have a wall here. Or even better, if you are pregnant, if you have vertigo, do it on the floor. So from here you lift your belly, tuck your belly in, extend one leg, right leg, push your heel. This leg is working, is contracting, tailbone tucked under, and extend the opposite arm forward. So this is the preparation or modification. It means that every time you do a yoga video, every time you take a class, and you get to the warrior 3, you can always get on the floor, even if the instructors are not showing it to you. Now, if you're not pregnant, if you don't have vertigo, if you want to work on your balance a little bit more, we can do it standing. So from here, we're going to engage the belly, lift here, and slowly as we lift the back leg, we bring the shoulders down. Okay, initially you can have your hands back. Once you have more balance, you can reach forward. When you are done, bend both knees and roll up. So this was our tutorial for warrior 1, 2, and 3. If you have any questions, head to the description below and let me know how I can help you. Until next time, namaste.